Several years worth of medical journals. Folders filled with medical forms. Look at something beneath the folders. Yes. It goes. It's a little bit annoying how it just keeps repeating, like, it looks like a thing in which a thing is there. Will you pick up the thing in which the thing... Like, yeah. There's no other option. Like, you have to continue the game. There's no reason you go, oh, I don't want to pick up the item. I don't want to complete a quest. I haven't seen very many games that do that. Oh, there's a key to immediately the thing right next to it. Laminated card laying in the bottom of the drawer. Is there going to be another passcode for someone else? Read the card. Exit 5C passcode. Okay, so that's the next door, I guess. 2954. And another mysterious tunnel. 2954, 2954. It's going to be really funny if I forgot it immediately. No. Yeah. You look like you have a very mysterious hairstyle. I would say you look kind of magical. A jar of an unknown specimen floating inside. Are they doing magical evil science? Are they making the monsters? A pair of glass beakers. Attention staff, a representative from Koi Deconstruction is coming tomorrow to survey the damage. Please make sure any personal materials are removed before then. And a very well sprited mop. Door is locked. I guess I'll just keep going until whatever happens is resolved for this person. Don't enter the construction zone. And that's locked, so we need to do another puzzle here to get 2 keys for these 2 doors. And I can't select these things on the floor. Medical box. Okay, is this a block pushing puzzle? It is! Okay, I messed it up because I didn't know it was, so I put it in the wrong direction. In and out again? Is it one of those ones where you just, like, I'm glad you don't have to enter the password again the second time you walk in. Okay, I can't push it this way, so... I think you have to press, select on it to push it in. Okay. No. Okay, I'm getting to here, yes. Yeah. Okay. I'm not super good at block pushing puzzles. I don't think I've done one of those in quite a while, like I think since I played Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I surprisingly had very little block pushing puzzles in all of these random RPG makers. Medical pamphlets and office supplies. I guess what's common in retro RPGs and what's common in RPG Maker are totally different. Also, the music is getting very ominous and slightly spooky. I didn't think it's going to be a scary game in any way. Key to the metal door, key to the metal door. It went in the door to open the door to open the door. That's kind of weird. That wasn't really a puzzle. That was like, you finished the puzzle, so open the door, and inside the door is a key to open the other door. Like, this could have just been one door. Okay, how many more of these rooms do you have to go to get to this person? I want to finish this before I end the episode. And nothing else can be expected in here. Folder 1. Construction contract for the rebuilding of the 3rd floor wing 2B. Receive the card key. Someone left a note here. Read it? Yes. Joe, do you remember to remove the card key when you don't want it done this time, okay? You can't just go leaving doors open. Don't want to get in trouble again. You found 5G. Hooray! So I'll be able to eventually buy the coffee whenever the coffee comes in. I'm still considering doing all those quests. A pretty good, intriguing way of handling, like, getting your plot actually going. It's like, oh, you let your guard down, oh, we're doing a bunch of fun, happy, silly quests and stuff. And then in the middle of completing all these quests, you suddenly get thrown into some kind of main plot scary thing. Oof. More praising the game for something it ended up not actually doing. This is not a big turning point in the plot. It in fact just keeps going, and we have a big, bubbly, funny, silly, comic relief, no stakes, long, boring dungeon right after this. And only at the very end of that, at the end of all my footage, do we finally get, oh, now we're doing a bit of a spooky thing? This would have been a good point to do something, right? I'm not crazy, right? But I'm still thinking, I want to go and resolve all the rest of those quests. I'm invested in all of those quests more than this. I'm kind of like, I don't want to go to the magical monster world yet, actually. I want to help the fun phlebotomist and mohawk lady. And I never changed my mind about that. Or at least I want to get some kind of resolution and some kind of idea of what we're doing before then. And you're going to be the key to, like, I was like something to cut the tape so we can go to the other door. Okay, so we go back and we take back all the other keys. So we'll now have 3 keys. Why do we need 3 keys? Because, yeah, the only problem is I can't get through here to get to this door. Okay, I can just walk through it. I guess it's not a glitch, it's intentionally you can walk through thin objects. That's really weird and unintuitive. So it's going to say we need 3 of them. Okay. So I can just do that now. Okay, we have to set them all into the doors. Okay. Like, who on earth would think you can just walk through the tape? I thought I had to do something to move the tape. Like, you should not make a puzzle reliant on the player knowing that you have a particular glitch or oversight in your game. Or, like, you shouldn't program an intentional bit of gameplay which looks like a glitch. Okay, so someone here was eating, so this might be, yeah, like a homeless person who's living in here and stealing stuff to survive. But why do they look like a fantasy wizard? Okay. You look really cute, but are you mean and evil and scary? You're gonna hurt me? I hope not. Because you have a funny little bit of hair. And I like your little happy necklace. But I'm very suspicious. Why are you stealing my things? Who are you? The thief, you dumbass! Oh, I'm no one important. I'm just the guy who lives in the walls stealing everyone's food. If you want me to call me something, you can call me Uma. I think Uma means horse, or it might mean sea. I think Uma and Umi are 2 Japanese. Is everyone named Japanese? No, they're not. There was only one guy named a Japanese thing. I don't know what the Kurosagi guy was, but there's something else Japanese. I know some of these Japanese words. So we've got the Book of Paradise, and here is the horseman, or the seaman. The one who's been stealing food from the cafeteria. You're only now catching up. Do you take our book? Yeah, I guess you kind of caught me red-handed. Why would you steal from the hospital? Yeah, literally, man. I'm hungry. Down on my luck. What do you want me to say, kid? Oh, you could steal from literally anyone else except some of the most vulnerable people on the planet. Like, next to homeless people, people dying of fucking illnesses are probably on the same category. It's like the same as biting down on someone else in exactly the same position as you. Wait, do you live here? For now. Not much of a home, but it beats sleeping on the streets, eh? Like, yeah, I'm not objecting to the idea of, it is a completely unused block at a hospital, like, hiding in here and sleeping, fine. But stealing things from the hospital, from the people suffering in the hospital, like, you didn't even just stop at stealing food, you stole a massive amount of food, so much that it was causing them a trouble for the actual people, and you also stole belongings from the patients directly. No, very morally black and white here, there is no grey here, that's a bad thing to do. I'm sorry you don't have a real home. You are a very empathetic kid, but no, this is definitely crossing a line. Like, I support homeless people not dying, but like you could have chosen other things to do. You could have just hidden out in here and then stolen the food from someone else who wouldn't suffer so badly from the lack of the food. Like literal people dying of illnesses. You get used to it after a while. That's so unfair. You have such a cute, funny grandpa. I'm already like I want to trust you. So kitty. Don't share the stolen spoils with me. I'm actually going to be mad if they try and humanize him and be like, oh, this isn't bad, he had to do this to survive, because no, there were other choices here to survive. I hope it's going to be like, he did bad things and then he has to redeem himself for these bad things, not just, we're going to gloss over it. Got a bit of fish head left from last week if you'd like. That's okay. But thank you. Look, kid. I'm really sorry I took your book. Why did you? Like, what was your justification? Is it really going to be what they said before, the fact it has silver and you want to, like, pick it off and sell it? Because that was really horrible to do to a child. Please, take it back and forgive me for lapse in judgment. Okay. Okay? But why did you do it then? What was your lapse in judgment? Why did you do it then? I'm not going to trust you. I'm not going to trust you if you've changed your mind about doing the bad thing. Explain why you did the bad thing. It's okay. I do weird things and I'm hungry too. Well, I mean, he stole your book after stealing the food, so no. I promise that as soon as I get back on my feet, I'll pay the chef back for all the food I took, okay? I don't believe you. I really don't believe you. These are not the correct choices. These are not honourable or good choices. Like, in real life, I'm very much on the side of helping the homeless. This is not a very well-written homeless character. A really well drawn and designed one, damn it! I am like the person most inclined in the universe to forgive grandpas, but this sounds like a guy making excuses who's just lying. Cause he's not explaining why he did any of these things. He's like, but I won't do it again, honest. But why'd you do it in the first place? I just need some time to figure things out. I understand. Oh, one more thing. If I tell you a secret about this hospital, you promise not to tell the staff I'm here? Okay, I promise. Like, he's manipulating a child, this is really not nice. Break me and I'll multiply, becoming sharp as a tack. But if all you do is smile at me, I'll always smile back. It's a mirror. Like, that's the answer to the riddle, right? What in the world are you doing in here? I don't know how you got in here, but are you not immediately clocking what's going on? Like, you can see right around there's a bunch of beer bottles and food. This is obviously where the thief was hiding. I'm sorry, I'm really running into a few logical pitfalls of this plot that's happening here. Like, surely the question of whether we save a secret of the homeless man or not is moot because she's seen the homeless man is obviously here. Anyway, come with me, your mum is here. Okay, are we now going to get back to the main plot and whatever's going on with the story and the magic?
Yes, but actually no.
And it's glowing, so is he actually from the magical world and not a homeless person? Mum, yeah, I gotta say, it was kind of weird the plot just went on these massive diversions instead of going to what the plot was about. Like, I was invested in meeting my mum and getting the story of, like, who am I, what is my name, what am I doing here, what is going on in a magical book, what am I sick with, am I going to a magical book in my dreams? And instead we got diverted by, just go meet like 10 people and do random side quests, and then we got stopped before finishing all the side quests to just for no reason there's an evil homeless man. I mean, I guess side quests were foreshadowing the evil homeless man, but like, I do still feel we got misdirected quite a lot, and now we're coming back to see my mum. I'm not as invested in seeing the mum now because I wanted to see those plots continue. I guess maybe it's gonna go, I guess we're gonna like get a little bit of trickling information about each like subsequent plot, and then we go back to the other one, and then we go back in like a rotating circle, and we eventually get answers to all of them. That would be an interesting structure to go for. Anyway, Mum, a lot of stuff happened and I'm confused. What is even the genre of this? When do we get to the monsters? Oh, hugs. Why were there monsters on the image? Like, oh, really good animation of him sitting on the bed. But like, yeah, is this even actually about monsters? Was that just a weird promotional art showing a bunch of monsters? Are we not monsters? An hour and 14 minutes and there are no monsters. After you worked so hard to get our book back. I think you deserve a good bedtime story. Does she have the traditional anime side ponytail, which means the mum is going to die? It's tucked behind her shoulder, so she's probably going to survive. Will you read Rakuen to me, Mum? And now we're going to get in going? Of course I will. Okay, that was a bit laggy.
There lived a boy in a faraway land called Morisora's forest.
Okay, was Morisora the game the name of the amnesia guy?
Quite young, the boy was considered a
And why is it only now being voice acted and also it's automatically going and I can't
pause? The boy returned home from a hunt to find that everyone in his tribe
had vanished?
Had disappeared.
Yeah.
At first, the boy was very afraid, but he soon learned that his tribe had escaped danger by sailing to a world called Rakuen.
We're going to wake up and everyone in the hospital's going to be gone and we're going to go into Rakuen.
The boy decided to seek help from the great guardian of the forest.
I like your design, Chumby Garden.
For it has been said that Morisora would grant one wish to anyone who was able to complete his challenges.
But Rakuen means paradise, so does it mean they all went to the afterlife?
The boy set off on a great journey. He fought evil spirits, visited many lands, and befriended even the most severe of creatures.
Yay! Monster friendship! Yeah!
And at long last, Morisora granted the boy his wish, a ride on his magical boat. The boy was now able to sail away, finally reuniting with his tribe and all those he loved in the beautiful world of Rakuen.
Yeah, this sounds like a metaphor for like, and then he lived a long full life and died, and then he went back and saw his family again who had also died. And yeah, why was even that dialogue automatically advancing? Mum, is that you? Is it going to finally be the monsters? Yeah, I'm definitely sure you're either a ghost or you're from the monster world. Hey, but at least we know you're not the person stealing all the fish. Yummy! You came back. I told you I would. So the doctor told me you were walking around back space. That place is like a construction zone right now, man. Seems awfully dangerous to go there just for a book. Why, it's my important book that's in some way important to the story and may be a fantasy monster world. I'm a little bit impatient now, I gotta say. I'm gonna throw out this here. A lot of people complain about the introduction to Kingdom Hearts 2 being too long, but like, in that introduction, you're constantly getting intriguing things going on about the main plot. It's like, oh, I don't know why I'm suddenly a different character in a different area, but this different character in a different area is encountering loads of supernatural phenomenon going on and getting clues about what happened to the previous main character and why he's gone. And at the end of the tutorial, you switch back to the previous main character and it's very sad and very plot and very, yeah. Here, having the tutorial be a very long section of walking around a really normal hospital where nothing bad happens until the very end when suddenly there's an evil homeless man, but then the main protagonist forgives the evil homeless man, is not really evil but kind of morally ambiguous going on here. And then after all the tutorial is finished, only then we get a supernatural elements to the plot and the idea it may actually be happening. That, in my opinion, is how to not do a very long tutorial. Like, you gotta sprinkle in every now and again reminding you what the main plot is actually about, and we are gonna get back to it. I genuinely am doubting whether there actually is anything supernatural in this plot at all. Was I just fooled by Steam? It's like if the Kingdom Hearts 2 intro was nothing but doing the chore mini games with the random friends, and genuinely the only thing we're actually getting invested in was the idea that we're going to go to the beach at the end. No appearances of the Dusks, no like, oh, something weird and supernatural is going on, no looking for the 7 mysteries, no Axel showing up and figuring out, oh, you have a past with him, nothing of that. Just at the very end, you thought it was a totally normal game about going to the beach, and then you told the other half of some guy's memories and you have to die now. That would be a really weird intro, right? It's not just a book. It's been in our family for generations. It's a prophecy that may be a real supernatural world. I'm going to be mad if we do go to the real supernatural world, and it's like, yeah, literally why did it take us on? Like, why couldn't you just have a sparkle, like, when the book was gone, the boy can see, like, a magical signal showing a clue of where to find the guy who stole the book, and nobody else can see it, and it shows that the magic is indeed real. It's anything like that. My grandmother used to read to my mum when she was a kid. Ah, so you got it back for your ma? Yeah, and me too. Special to both of us. It's a secret to everybody. Especially that old homeless guy too. The silver on the side probably sells for a lot. He was hungry. Yeah, and stealing silver from a young dying child is not going to help that in any way. Like, he had food, he'd already stolen a lot of food. He is going to be selling that money to help with other things in his life, let's put it that way. I just gotta say, this is not a very good representation of homeless people right now. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to trust him or not, and either way I feel like it'd be poor. Like, either way we're going like, oh, homeless people can do whatever they want and they can commit crimes against other minoritized people who are also struggling and also need these supplies, or we're going with stereotypical homeless person who just is really bad and lies to steal more stuff. I really hope more complexity comes to the character later. We get any explanation for why he did what he did. Probably just trying to make you feel sorry for him so you wouldn't tell him. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that vibe too. Should have felt sorry for you. You're the one. Yeah, you're the one stuck in the hospital. Literally, yeah. Literally steal from like fat cats, businesses, corporations, anyone who wouldn't really suffer from having it taken. He could leave any time but you. Yeah. Like, I mean, technically, like, he couldn't leave any time. Like, if this is the only place he can find where he can sleep out of the rain, but in the sense that he can walk outside and he can go find food somewhere else, he can go steal from somewhere else, he can beg for money, he can find food in a legal way, he could do all of that. He doesn't have to stay here and specifically steal from the patients. Like, not even from the big corporation, the bosses or anything, from the patients and from the food that goes to the patients. You might never get to leave. You're definitely a Grim Reaper, right? You gotta become. Where's the supernatural part? And what is my name? Oh, hey man, I'm sorry for saying that. It's okay. It's true. And also, I'm 2 centimeters to the left of everyone else. Is that the foreboding of my death? If it makes you feel better, I'm stuck here too. We can be stuck here together. You're right. Thanks, Yami. I think that's the night shift nurse. Sorry man, I should go. Yami. Yeah? I hope you get better. It's too late for me, mate. Honestly, I'm invested in that relationship. Again, it's strange how, like, the relationships we're invested in, like, oh, our mum and Yami, like, we just went on a diversion, we didn't talk to him for an hour. And, like, I would invest in the idea of Yami, like, the idea of, like, a Grim Reaper ghost who's visiting a kid who's about to die and is, like, trying to give him comfort because he remembers his own death. Really cool idea, and I wish we could spend more time with that. Hi, Mum. Hi, sweetie, did you sleep okay? Oh, what's the matter? I wish I could go to Morizora and ask him to grant me a wish, but I know it's not real. I'm just stuck here forever, aren't I? I wasn't a tiny bit until you were older, but I think you might be finally grown up enough to know the truth about this book. All the magic is real! And I don't know if she's just going to be lying to give him comfort because she knows he's going to die, or if it actually is real. The truth? Do you know why someone tried to steal our book? Because the magic is real! Because there's silver on it and people can sell silver money! No, that's not why at all. This book is not just an ordinary book. I gotta say, from the perspective of a mother, this isn't really a good strategy to deal with your dying child. To just tell it magic is real and you're really going to fantasy world, you're not dying. Like, I can appreciate the intent is to, like, give them comfort before they die and to let them die in ignorance. But, like, if they don't know what's happening to them, if they're feeling a bunch of pain, they don't know why it's happening, and they don't die in a perfect, like, dreamful way in their sleep and they don't notice it happening, it's going to be a lot more distressing for them when they start dying and they don't know what's happening. I'm just going to throw it out there, like, if he dies from, like, a seizure or something and you've never told him he has seizures and you've told him he's going to go to a magical happy fantasy world and now he's suffering and dying on the floor, you've made things a lot harder for your kid. You've got to have a balance here with, like, informing him about what's going on in the hospital, but obviously not scaring him, not giving him too much. Give him the tools to be prepared for what's happening and that he won't be scared. And just going, yep, Santa is real, you get $1 million, you can have all the ice cream you want, and you're staying here for lovely, happy reasons and not because you're sick, is kind of an immature way to handle it. So I hope it is going to be that it truly actually is magic and it's not just a mum making a very terrible decision. I had to add even more to this, the more I sat and thought about it after playing the game, even more reason why this isn't a good strategy to help with your kid who's suffering from an illness. It's like, what do you do if they actually get better? I mean, you're not giving them the willpower to want to get better or to try to get better. In a situation like, if you know the disease is definitely 100% fatal, and maybe do this strategy, but, like, if it's a situation where they could survive, you're kind of just not giving them the willpower to keep on fighting or stay here or do what doctors tell them to try and get better. And if they do get better, they'll have to then contend with the fact that their mum lied to them and said they were going to magical happy Santa land and didn't tell them they were sick. And then, like, after they're better, then they have to deal with the horrible trauma of realising they were sick the entire time. And they're gonna be as sad as someone is when they find out Santa isn't real. Like, you promised them they would go to happy wonderful paradise land and then they didn't. And they had to go back to school and have a normal life, and they're going to be having even more trouble adapting back into it than you normally would in a situation where you've been through a horrible debilitating illness. And then the second one is, what if the kid doesn't want this happy fantasy world? What if you're like, oh well, you have to leave this world and me behind forever, but you'll go to a happy wonderful place full of monsters and joy and you can be a superhero? And they're like, no, my one wish is I want to stay here with you, Mum. That's my happy ending. Like, you can go to a magical place, you can have any wish you can want. My wish is I want to grow up and be a firefighter. My wish is I want to go back to school. My wish is I want to see my friends again. It's like a really specific situation where this would work. And every time we see in fiction, it's always that specific situation and it works perfectly. And also, just from my perspective as a kid, I would want to know what's really happening to me. I would be more scared not knowing what's really happening to me and everyone around me is lying about what's happening to me. And feeling like I have to live up and I have to pretend to believe in this. Like, how as a kid I felt like I have to pretend to believe in Santa, even though there's no logical reason to believe in Santa. I don't know why everyone's telling me Santa is happening. Why would you want a random stranger to come into your house and give you presents more than you just want a present from your parents who apparently love you? Like, if they love you and they're giving you a present because they love you, like, wouldn't you like that present more than one from a magical stranger? I never really understood that myself. But yeah, it's just like, Generally, like, don't just tell a kid, oh, you're gonna die in 5 weeks or whatever, but, like, you need to have a good balance between, like, telling them enough to understand what's happening and be prepared for, if they go through painful symptoms and things like that, be prepared for actually saying goodbye to everyone, but also giving them things to comfort them that way. This idea of going fully 100% into fantasy, enabling every single false idea, is really not healthy. Part of a double future, after giving up on the game and watching a let's play of the rest and the ending, it is just a real magical world and there is no metaphor. And nothing I said here really applies to the game, but I thought it was an interesting topic of discussion, so I'm leaving the footage in anyway. It's not a thing I think about very often, so I found it quite intriguing actually. Feel free to leave in the comments if you have a different opinion on this, if you have an argument against. I'd love to try and understand both sides of this. It's a map to Morizora's forest. A blueprint for what we need to do to meet Morizora himself. But when the thief took our book, he obviously didn't realise he needs something else in order to get there. This magical key that's very well animated. This is a Rakuen key. You need to open the book as well as all the doors. The doors? My grandma told me that when you have both the book and the key, secret doors will start appearing. Also, I gotta say, I'm a lot less invested in the idea of a boy is in the hospital and also a magical world just happens to be real, as opposed to the magical world in any way metaphorically representing the grief and struggle of being sick. I'm hoping even if it is real, there's going to be some kind of metaphorical connection, right? It's going to have any relevance. Like, it's not just going to be two random plot lines that, again, you go a long time without talking about the second one and then just kind of comes back. It was indeed this for all of the time I played, but I will just give the game credit that it seems like it's going to stop being this at the point where I gave up. Like, it does finally eventually say things you do in the magical world will affect the hospital world, and then that is going to be the third dungeon of the game. The bad one. The one I quit on. Yeah. Doors that lead from this world to Morizora's forest. There could be doors in this hospital? Spiders in my vagina? Why do I keep being reminded of that terrible fucking meme? I don't know. We may never know unless we look ourselves. I want you to have this key. And what I'm noticing is something dropped in the corner, like, oh, did she make another origami hat for him? It's very special. Now it belongs to you. No, it's someone dropped a letter. You received a silver Rakuen book key. Thank you, Mum. But you must promise me that you'll take good care of it. Oh, I promise, I will take such good care of it. Repetitive dialogue, but I get it, it's a kid, he's very excited. Okay then, there's only one thing left to do. Let's go find a door to Morizora's forest. You want to talk Mum at any time for a Finally, like, it's been so long since we were told about that. 1 hour and 26 minutes to finally get to using the Q button that was told about in the beginning of the game. Hello dear, how are you? When I was a little girl, I used to always dream about finding a special door to Morizora's forest. And yet, for some reason, despite you owning the key the entire time, you've never done it, and you've never done this magic before. Did you notice the envelope? Yes, maybe someone left you a letter. Yeah, you've written this? Because you were saying we can play games all day when you're here. Okay, someone left you a note. Read it. Okay, the fact you're saying the same clue, figured you might listen in writing is something crazy where I live. Okay, so the homeless man left us a letter, so it's not part of the Mum's game. I hid something to help you get there, reflecting it for a while, maybe. You didn't need to give us more clues, I knew it was a fucking mirror. That's a bit patronising, mate. Okay, so now we can open this door that was like, okay, gotta say, that was not very well tutorialized that now this door is open. I just clicked on it because I forgot that door was locked before. So, what happened to make this door open, actually? Oh, so it's just a shortcut to his room, okay. That's great, I accidentally found that. Box filled with mental lunches. Half-eaten fish looks has been taken from the trash. Why is he eating the fish from the trash if he has a whole pile of pre-made lunch from the cafeteria? Also, why is Mum not reacting in any way to this? You would think Mum would react to, oh, why have you suddenly gone into the back rooms and found this obvious room full of a guy obviously living here, like there's literal beer bottles? I feel like characters aren't acting very logically in this. And we're also, Mum is not asking why we're in the construction area. I feel like maybe they should have limited you to only going to certain areas while Mum is equipped. Or at least not made the shortcut directly right next to you as soon as you equip Mum. Like, maybe unlock that after you've finished doing the Mum side quest. Okay, so there's no new dialogue from clicking on stuff if you have Mum with you. I keep forgetting that's not the way out. Alright, I totally lost track now of all the quests I was doing before you interrupted my quests. Nice to Mum, she worked really hard, you know. I'm getting a little bit exhausted and it's already an hour and a half and we haven't got to whatever the magic is. I'm going to go look up if this game actually does involve magic in any way. Good to walk around, walking's good for circulation. Do we have coffee now? No, so I can't complete any more questions anyway, yeah. Where was a mirror? Okay, new person has coffee. Kisaburo, haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, I don't think I could go see you before. Was the store already open? I just didn't go in it because I got confused. This was indeed my own fault. I got distracted because I read the sign for the door and was about to go in the door, and then I saw the thing with the shift leader wanting the peanut choo-choos, and then Sakai goes into the door next to it, so I went into Sue's door instead, and I thought that I had gone into both doors. Calling myself out, this was me being a bad gamer. I like your design, Funky Grandpa. You've got a very smiley, kind face and lots of winkles. And your hair is kind of like Phoenix White but backwards. It's good to see you walking around again. You need something? What's up? Seems like these days it's getting harder and harder to find the words. Either that or people just aren't listening. But you know, if it's my time to leave this world and I'm ready to go, oh, I just want to make sure I say the things I need to say before it's too late. That's got to be so awful, struggling with dementia like this and just like not knowing how to put into words what you're feeling. Telling this for a long time, somebody's been sneaking around here. Okay, are they mistaking him for having dementia because he's trying to tell them the truth that he's been seeing magical shit and also a thief? That would actually be super extra double sad. Heard they were stealing food from the cafeteria kitchen, which means they obviously have some way of getting to parts of the hospital that we patients don't have access to. What were they, crawling through the vents? You have to be pretty small to fit through there. No, it's the very obvious blocked off tunnels that are directly in the same room. I mean, if he's got dementia, he may have forgotten that there is a giant, obvious blocked off tunnel right next to him, so I'm not going to be mean about that. No one around here listens to me anyway. They all seem to think I've lost my mind. It's going to be really sad if he doesn't actually have dementia, like, seriously. Like, that's the biggest fear ever of, like, people thinking you're insane when you're not. People already treat you incredibly bad if you actually are insane. Like, I've gone through a lot of shit in the medical system of like, oh, you go to them for like literally any disease, like, oh, it must just be your anxiety. I was coughing and choking, there was something wrong with my throat, and like, oh, it must just be your anxiety. And that's the most ridiculous fucking experience I ever had. It must be really, really tough, especially when you have a disease like this where like, you can't trust your own memory, and then literally every single thing you say, people are gonna be like, you must just be forgetting, it must be wrong. And then this guy actually knows who the fucking criminal is. That's really sad. I'm not one for gossip. Okay. I'll see you later. Is there anything else I can do in this room? I couldn't ask about the coffee. It seems weird I can't ask anyone about the coffee. So page 1. Based on results of Kizabu's brain scan, we believe in metastasis to be caused for his delirium. The recommendation to begin administering antipsychotic medication, we refer to the list of hallucinations and delusions. Is the list going to be like, he believes there's a thief around, he believes there's a magical glowing book? 10.2 was found climbing a ladder in construction zone 5B when question replied he intended to make a hole in the ceiling. 10.28 was found in the yard digging in the mud, completely unresponsive when questions, appeared to be unaware of location. Okay, so he does genuinely have dementia, and he also has a sprite which looks nothing like his portrait. It's weird how the sprites are so well animated, but they have a lot of these inconsistencies. Maybe they changed the designs for the portraits later down the line, and because the sprites were so detailed, they couldn't go back and change them. But yeah, okay, so he does genuinely have either dementia or some kind of other memory issue, but also he knows things that are genuinely true and people aren't believing him. That's really sad. Carrying bags off, dun dun dun. That's probably going to be something plot important later. Oh, he still has a soup ladle. 5G. Okay, I'm getting loads of money. I can't use it because they just don't have the coffee yet. Keysborough is not allowed to have caffeinated liquids before prep. Glances slightly to the right. Oopsie doopsie. Someone has etched something into the edge of the bulletin board. Is that another clue? Yum free, yum free. Where is the mirror? It's going to be in someone's bathroom. Yeah, we got Sue's bathroom and Tony's bathroom. There's no mirror in Sue's bathroom. Oh, no, Winston, we did meet Winston. Winston's the one with the comatose wife. Okay, there's no mirror in this bathroom too. I don't think I've seen a mirror the whole time, but like it seemed very obvious for the clue with a mirror. But where is the thing? I've already solved it, but where is the thing? Does anything with glass on it? Would anything with glass on it matter? Like, can I do like the cover to this? Like, does a glass window work? And that's all the rooms I've explored. Where is the mirror? I'm gonna say I was intrigued with this at the start. And I'm kind of really losing my enthusiasm. It's an interesting idea, like, oh, you solve one quest from someone and all these other quests flow. Like, I was great when it was happening, but now we're at a point where, like, I have to do one thing to progress and I can't find it, so I can't progress any of the other side quests while I'm doing this because the coffee still isn't here. why is the tutorial so insanely long? Why has nothing happened that's really hooked us in the plot at all yet? Like, if it's meant to be about supernatural stuff, let's go look on the fucking Steam. I'm sure it's supposed to be about supernatural stuff. Yeah, why is none of that from the description in the game yet? Evidently it's gonna happen at some point because we have now found the book and we've been told it's gonna happen, but I think the game should have started with this immediately. It should have immediately been we see our mum and she tells us about the fantasy book, and then we go and do some side quests for everyone in the hospital. She gives us this sort of like, oh, you have to do good deeds for people to go to the fantasy world. Maybe as the kid gets more and more sick, he starts hallucinating and seeing the fantasy world around him. It would have added more intrigue to find the homeless guy too. It would be like, oh, is there a mysterious creature hiding in the walls that's stealing all the things, and you hallucinate him being a magical creature or something, like, and that's the reason why the protagonist is so sympathetic to the evil homeless man. Is like, I perceive him as being a bear or something, a magical talking bear who needs this pack of sausages to feed his children or something, so he accidentally helps a criminal by hallucinating them being something else. And maybe the magical world could mean something. Maybe it could be a delusion that's not really happening. Maybe it could be a metaphorical, actual, abstract world that the souls of all these sick people are going to, and he could actually make real effects in the hospital and help people by doing things inside their dreamscape. But yeah, could we get to that, please? Like, I'm kind of bored of just walking around a normal hospital. This is the promotional video for the game. Nothing but wonderful fantasy worlds and great maps and great sprites and little grandpa cat people and funny dungeons of toys and frogs and jumping and happy, wonderful days of our mum and the furries and the giant guy from the book that we saw. And, like, okay, evidently someone actually is a bear, the grandpa is a bear, is a dragon, so maybe when we do fantasy stuff it will actually reflect the dreams of people. I like those things. But yeah, I would like to have gotten to any of this, like even one hint of any of this. And I'd also like to know where the fucking mirror is to continue the game. I love that little onion man, like, all of these things are really appealing and none of it was in any of the gameplay we just played. Like, I feel like I'm duty bound to go play like 3 or 4 more hours, however long it takes to get to this. Like, to give you guys a good showing of the game. I mean, okay, everything has some kind of horror things going on. Maybe this isn't the best kind of game for me. But, like, yeah. Also, there haven't been any emotional things happening at all yet. Like, I would have thought that, like, again, the whole idea of a hospitalized boy escaping into fantasy worlds to cope with dying and his mum being in denial and making up his stories or something, that would have been really emotional. But we've kind of just been walking in circles. Like, I got emotional about the idea of, like, the mohawked girl and the girl making plushies helping other people out in the hospital, but that's, like, in an abstract, realistic, normal way, not in a I really feel the impact of a child's death kind of way. Like, we haven't even seen him acting sick in any way. Like, I know it's obviously there's invisible disabilities, but we don't know what our name is, we don't know what we're sick with, we don't know when the fantasy is going to happen or what the main premise. Everything the main premise of the game is apparently going into the other worlds and seeing the other world versions of the characters and in some way helping their problems. But we haven't got to that yet, and it's an hour and a half, hour and 41 minutes into the game, and yeah, I feel nothing. All I feel is I like those little NPCs and I want to continue doing their side quests, but then we got interrupted, and now we're back to it, and we're still interrupted and we have to find a mirror. And I feel bad I'm having to look up a guide to find out where the mirror is, because I've solved the puzzle 100%, I just don't know the location of where the item is. All I can think is maybe it's a different reflective item, like it's not a mirror, maybe it's the test tubes. No, I clicked on all the test tubes, I clicked on the windows. I don't know. Okay, the answer is to go to your bathroom and not any of the other bathrooms. Your bathroom, I went into that, and I just went, oh, I keep accidentally walking to the fucking bathroom because I think it's the door to exit the room. So evidently I missed there being a mirror in that bathroom, not in any other bathrooms. I'm gonna be frank here, developer, you should have made the solution be to go to any of the bathrooms, because who would think only one bathroom has a mirror? Who would remember when... Again, the intended progress of the game, you've never had to go in that bathroom before now. The only reason I did go in is because I mistook the wrong door. So I go there, and apparently when I do that, I will finally get the first unlock of the magical place. So let's do that. We have to keep going till that. And I think I may put the game down and not even continue playing it after this, because it's very not fun. That's not fair, because I was really excited about this when I first started. Like, why was I even warning that, oh, it might be really sad? Like, I felt no fucking... I felt nothing but frustration, actually. So yeah, okay. Our room is the only one with, yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's a mirror, it's a mirror, it's a mirror, it's a mirror, it's a mirror. Do you want to click on the thing? Of course I want to click on the fucking... It's getting more annoying. It's not going to happen for the entirety of the game. Yeah, I'm getting a little salty, and it's like... I shouldn't be getting this pissed off about such a minor thing, but I wouldn't get this pissed off if it wasn't taking so long to get to the minor thing in the first place. So I'm presuming I have to go back to where I was. Okay. Yeah. Magic time. Something's happening and I'm not invested enough to care. It took so long to get here and I don't care anymore, and that's not a good thing. Like, maybe this is what people felt when playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Mum, where are we? We're in the magical world and I don't really care anymore. Like, please say it's gonna actually have any metaphorical or interesting reasons for it. I'm not sure. Is it the magical world or the magical legend of the magic? Like, why is the music emotional when there's no emotions? This is so strange. I also don't really know our personality as well as our name. Like, a generically nice boy who likes to help people. I mean, we've learned so much about the personality of all of these other NPCs. Mom, the Rakuen key, it's glowing and we should go over there to go to the magical world where it is. Is it going to be like a Mori? Is it going to be like a really boring, shitty magical world where nothing is really connected to anything? And you have to wait until the very end of the game to go back to the real world and see how it all metaphorically lines up? I would hope not. Long animation, I am tired, let's go please. Again, this would have been emotional if it was like the second scene of the game. That's actually really funny, like, they went to the effort of replicating in this whole new art style that one fucking asset that's used in every RPGmaker VS Ace game in the default tile set, but they changed the logo to the logo of the magical book, I guess. Oh, it's a magical world. I don't want to be here anymore. Okay, so, is he stressed out about imagining the magical world? Is it like not seeing it? Or is it like, is he actually hallucinating the magical world and the magical world isn't real? I know, dear. But you know what? What? Now you're the keeper of key. So this is probably the mum talking to him when he's actually still in bed and none of this is physically happening, and he's like, I don't want to be here in the hospital anymore, but now you have a magical key, you can imagine you're going to another magical world, and then he does and it's all a metaphor. Which again would have been really great to be told like immediately at the start of the game. Like, rather than just walking around a hospital not feeling sick or bad in any way and helping everybody, you can go anywhere. Like what is he even escaping right now? We've had no sad things happening in the hospital. Like, we're told he's sick. Evidently he is sick, but we don't know what it is. We don't know any information about this boy. We don't even know his name. I guess we know his gender, that's about it. Go to Morador to ask him for a wish, that's where we want to go. Can we go together? Of course. Well, shall we? Okay. Also, if it's meant to be a twist, this is all actually a story the mum is telling him. Like, it's really obvious, like, you shouldn't have made the art for the Steam page be exactly that. Just him in the bed, being told a story with the book, and the monsters appear. Like, I don't know what we're really going for here. Am I meant to be surprised or not? I mean, everything I wasn't meant to be surprised or have to figure out the solution to the puzzles in any way. I was just, like, meant to figure out what location the puzzle was in. Okay, I gotta really pop off here because why is the magical world just... Why is the game so unclear and so flippy-floppy about it? Like, everything in that scene that we just saw would make a lot of sense if this was imaginary or an escape or a metaphor or anything, but it's not. Heaven is just a real-ass place that everyone can walk to, and all the dead people are gonna be hanging out with stupid fucking cat people and the wrapping mushrooms. We'll get to that when we get to that. There's so many logical inconsistencies when nothing in this game would make any sense if the magical world wasn't real. Like, you could literally walk in there and buy a pickaxe in the magical world and take it back with you into the real world and solve a puzzle with it. Like, our two options here are it's not as deep and metaphorical as it could have been, or they were indeed trying to do it and they fucked it up real bad. And what bugs me is just, it's so obvious that it should not be real, right? I spent the whole time thinking it must just be a really obvious twist and they're setting up red herrings to take me away from the twist, but it just never happens. And the game is worse for it. What in the world? I'm evil! How did you get in here? Again, Again, if I'd seen this immediately from the start, I would have been like, oh, what cute, lovely monster designs. Oh, what a mystery. Is this world real or not? And then after we've had this, then we go in the hospital and we see his day around the hospital. He just came through a door behind us. There's no door behind you. Dun dun dun. Yes, there is. Tall creatures must have hit their heads in the storm. They're talking crazy. So, okay, so we have to get invested now in a totally different story in this world, in this city, where the magical cat people are going through a storm. And also they're not wearing clothes on their sprites, but they are in their portraits. Are we going to go over here and eventually we're going to meet someone who lines up to someone in the hospital and solve their problems? Don't know how they got there, but maybe we should help them. I think I'm probably not going to keep going till the end of this section here. Like, at least we're finally here. But, like, unless it becomes really, really interesting, I'm probably not going to keep playing because I am tired and sick of this. I see you must be lost. I don't want to lose my enthusiasm and not finish playing the game. I would like to, like, calm down and be like, okay, it was a long introduction. Maybe I'm just a bit more stressed out because I'm doing this for Random RPGmaker. I want to show enough of the game before we get started. Like, when I played the In Stars in Time demo version, it went really long. I was like, oh, this is really discouraging. But then when I played the final game, it didn't matter that the intro was really long. The rest of the game was good. Maybe I feel better about it when I'm not trying to do it for a recording. I don't want to give up on this game just because of a bad intro. Nope, I should have. I kept going. The bad intro is not over yet. I eventually reached my breaking point. I really wish I had stopped at the first half an hour. But I mean, at least I've given you guys a better representation, a better review of the game, because if I had stopped the first half hour, I would have maybe given it a higher score. I don't think anyone could have predicted this. Never seen you around Morizora's forest before. Gasp, we're in the book of Morizora. Yes, you are, son. Oh, let's roleplay this adventure together. Yes, it's our first time here. Obviously a tourist, and we also don't know much about our mum except she's nice and she's mum. She's either playing into some kind of delusion that we have, or she knew about the secret of real magic all along and just never told him until this moment when he was dying in the hospital. Guess you could call us that. But we know all about this place, we read about it in our book. A book about us? Yeah, you weren't mentioned in it at all from what we saw before. Yeah, I learned about the forest and paradise world across the sea. So, yeah, it's literally paradise, Rakuen, yeah. It's not a very subtle fucking metaphor, is it? Here's my book, my story I will read every night to my dying son about how you have to go to heaven. And that's the only way you'll ever be free of pain. God, that's a bit bloody morbid. You mean Rakuen? Yeah. That's wonderful. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're here? Get some plot progression. I always wanted to meet the great forest guardian Morizora and make a wish to not be sick anymore, and then the end of the game is going to be you meet him and he's like, oh, I can't wish you to not be sick anymore, you have to deal with these consequences in life and such. But because of all the strength I've made, with all the friends I've made along the way, now I can deal with the sadness of maybe not growing up to be an old person. And we have a big sad ending and everyone cries, probably. Ah, Morizora. Lives in a cave just northwest of this village. But here he's been sleeping for a long time and it's not easy to wake him up. Is he like Snorlax? Anyway, this is a Level Village Inn. Feel free to make yourselves at home. Let us know if you need anything. What interesting looking creatures. Okay, I like the text box follows them around. That's a nice animation. So notice when they turned around, they don't have tails? Okay, I like that world building at least for the creatures. I don't want to feel bad about meeting creatures. I don't want to feel bored about meeting creatures. I like creatures. I wish the rest hadn't really dragged it down before we got here. Hush, it's not nice to... Also, I wish I wasn't going in thinking this is probably all fake and I shouldn't get invested in anyone. Hush, it's not nice to talk about others behind their backs, even if their backs don't have a tail. Or about their backs. Yeah, okay. We're on the same wavelength, game. Hey. Sorry. I meant no harm. I've never seen anything like it at all. Also, were those two people talking and they both had the same sprite, or am I just getting confused? Is there only one sprite for the levels and that's why it doesn't make sense that they wouldn't make... Also, who is this guy in the portrait? Small fragrant flower. Oh, is this a level that died and that's like an altar for them? Flowers as big as any head. Flowers as big as your head. Yeah, why is this a recurring thing? You just walk directly through sprites. Like, you animated all the doors opening, but you can't animate, like, a thing moving to the side. That's always a thing I've noticed in Random RPGmaker. Some of these games, like, really detailed animations somewhere and then no animations in other places. Like, I feel like you need to prioritise, like, having an equal amount throughout the game. Like, it'd be better to have boring animation everywhere than some great ones and some shitty ones. So, what's it like not having a tail? Do you follow it? Okay, so there is just one sprite for all of them regardless of colours on the overworld. That's a bit strange. Again, it would be better to have, like, less detailed sprites but they're all accurate rather than to have a whole bunch of detailed ones but they're not. Hey. Oops, sorry, I mean, how are you? Looking for Morizora? He lives in the big cave northwest of the village, and he's sleepy and such. Donut. Panky's Silent Area. Okay, so is this Panky's world and we're going to meet Panky's magical monster equivalent? Chef Panky baked those. His donuts are the best. Okay, 1,000 times more invested. Thank you for the answer. Directly, yes. I'm invested in finding out his secret sadness through his monster form. Welcome to the Level Inn. Like to sleep here? Sleep. I mean, why do we need to do that when we don't have HP and there's no battle system? You're awake, fully rested. Save your game. Okay, but we can also save whenever we want in the menu anyway, so it doesn't matter. A weird vestigial thing. I guess it's just there to give this place a JRPG kind of feel. Like, yeah, you can just do that. That's cute, a high mom option. Maybe we'll get more options later on. Maybe we will have a battle system at some point. Hello, dear. How are you? These Levels have a lovely village. Never thought I'd see the day where I'd be standing here amongst them. Because I'm not finding a lot of appeal on this talk to mum button when all their comments are so generic. Like, wow, this thing we're doing certainly is nice. Like, Dragon Quest Party Chat wouldn't be very fun if you didn't have a wide variety of crazy personalities to care about. Do you know why are our two protagonists the most boring characters in the game? We just have boy of no traits and mum of no traits. Except she's a nice mum, she's not a bad mum. We know that at least. Oh, a tiny one. Tony the bear keeps destroying our gardens. Okay, so there's two people. So is everyone in the Level world, do they all have a monster version? Is it going to be like every time you visit a different part of the world, there's going to be different monster versions of everyone? It's only got two moods, grumpy and angry. Grandpa. There's one unique portrait for the grandpa. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad. But again, why does he have clothes? Why does nobody wear clothes on the overworld? I really like his funny little eyebrows and his little beard and little willow wispy hair on the top. That's really nice. Wow, wow, wow. What do we have here? A couple of fresh faces in Morizora's forest. What are you? Are you a pink cat? No, because he's purple. Like, even the dialogue is constant in the art. What am I? A medieval, of course. What are you? A human, of course. A great warrior. A dragon. Nonsense. We have dragons here and they look nothing like you. Well, unless it's some kind of special dragon I've never seen before. I highly doubt it. Can I answer different things? I'm a great warrior! Impressive, maybe you can have our blacksmith get his tools back. Okay, so we get different clues for different side quests. We've been hanging out near Morizora's cave ever since an angry spirit stole his tools. I'm really tired, I don't want to play anymore. I want to finish talking to the grandpa because I love him. Human, is there anything like a horse? Oh, hey creatures are welcome here in Level Village, so feel free to make yourself at home. Is that a hint that the Uma guy will be here again? Are you a pink cat? Excuse me, I'm a Level, of course. Cats walk on all fours and can't talk. Oh my god, I didn't even catch this. Is a plot hole. There's an entirely different, funnier joke about how cats are different to them, and they do not walk on all fours. And same answers. Okay. I like the environment. I like the onions for houses. I like the funky plants everywhere. I like everybody. Oh, the pink girl who was ponytail and was painting the picture of the cat. So maybe she's going to be in this world too. Maybe different things around the hospital represent foreshadowing bits of the. Well, I'm really tired and I'm really not invested in this. But it's finally getting good. So I'll save here and I'll play this in my own free time. I'll tell you guys if it continues being good. Or if it just continues making me sleepy. Born of the Future, like 5 minutes later. I've re-recorded and failed recording this like 5 times in a row. I just gotta say, like, I viscerally don't want to continue playing the game. Like, immediately as soon as I turned it off, I was like, I really want to keep it off. I feel bad about it. Like, I know I have to. I'm going to force myself to do it because it wouldn't be good doing a review. Like, if the game is about half fantasy world, half real world, I've got to go play some of the fantasy world to give it a proper judgment. But it's just, I don't feel anything at all emotionally, and I went into the game thinking I was going to be crying, and I'm not a person who's like hard to make cry with a game. I've cried with several games on the marathon already, and when I tabbed out of the game and I went back to oh that's what I had open on Google Chrome, this Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days I was crying about earlier in this day. And that's just me remembering playing it, not even playing it again. I get really invested in characters all the time. I get really like hooked into worlds and theorizing and stuff like that all the time. And this time I just don't. And I feel empty and weird about it. But I'm not knocking anybody else who may enjoy the game, or if you liked what you saw from this playthrough, I hope you play and I hope you have a better time. But I do think the developers could have maybe hooked people in a bit more if they really tightened up this introduction. Also, I feel like I have to apologise that quite a few of these random RPG makers have been like, oh, Bonford's really excited about the game when they start playing, and then Bonford's really negative about the game by the end of the thing. I want to make it clear, like, I'm not just a really flighty person who drops games immediately and changes their mind. It's usually not me changing my mind. It's like, I go in and I think the game is good, like, genuinely, and then I realise, oh, the things I thought were good aren't really there, or the things I was looking forward to were never going to actually happen, and I was maybe forgiving things or not noticing things, thinking, oh, that's just happening once, that bad thing, I'm not going to really remark on it, and like, oh, it keeps happening, and that might be why it kind of feels like it comes out of nowhere and I've just suddenly changed my mind. It's like, I can't really comment on every single thing I'm thinking at every moment. I mean, I try, and that's why I'm so wordy and my videos are so overly long, but sometimes I do just feel bad, like, oh, I was 100% positive and then I was 100% negative as soon as the game, like, turned a corner and I realised, oh, it's not gonna get better, is it? Yeah. I really wish it didn't keep working out that way. I hope I can eventually play one where it's just good all the way through again. That would be nice. There's been about 2 so far. And there's been one that seemed bad at first and then was good later on. There's been one. It could happen again. And I have gone ahead and I have finished the fantasy section. It was even longer than this, and it's still no plot progression, nothing started. But I hope that the next videos of that will actually be more entertaining than this. I personally think they're better, more well edited, because it is just a cut down version of me playing the game over a longer time. It's not like moment for moment like it is here. You don't have to sit there and watch through the boring stuff with me. You just get to hear my funny comments being surprised about it. So I really hope they are fun, and even one person on the earth watches it. That will have made this whole thing worth it.